Okay, so for Canada Day, I looked at Canadian superheroes. Now the thing is, one of the things we didn't talk about was Canadian villains. And considering I am super evil, these are some of my favorite people. Besides, some of them are utterly ridiculous. The first one we're gonna talk about is Plastique. Now, this is a hero from the 80s. She was actually a Quebec separatist who had a bunch of bombs on her, eventually actually got explosive powers. This is comics after all. And you know, became a good guy, married another superhero, became an agent and stuff like that. But still, I just loved when I remember learning about the FLQ, there was this superhero in comics. So see, you can learn stuff from comics. Another villain who I think has the best name ever, Deadly Earnest. Now, this is a guy who basically was poisoned by mustard gas. Death came to take him. He refused, and then death gave him the Midas touch of death. So this dude wore gloves, but if he actually touched somebody, they died. Either way, best name, Deadly Earnest. Another Canadian supervillain is the Mist, who was very spooky. Basically, he was a guy who became a ghost. He became a mist, and he became tangible and intangible. Really, that's kind of all he could do. Kind of a sucky villain if you ask me, but again, good name, the Mist. Another actually pretty cool Canadian villain is Graviton. Not Gravitron, like the ride, Graviton. Now, he was named a scientist named Franklin Hall, who was working in the Rockies, and he was working on a teleportation device. It exploded, and he got powers over all of gravity. Now, that's actually pretty amazing. I actually think this guy should be like sort of Canada's Magneto, because, you know, you can control gravity, you can do pretty much anything. Now, this guy lifted up buildings and some other stuff, and he took on like the West Coast Avengers and some other guys. I have to say, of all these guys, he's pretty powerful. Lastly, one of my favorites is the Wendigo. Now, the Wendigo is not actually a specific person. It's a curse. It happens to people if they eat other people up in the northern Rockies and they are possessed by this spirit. They become the Wendigo, obviously based on the mythical creature. And you know, they have superpowers. The Wendigo was super cool. He took on Wolverine, he took on the Hulk. Actually, at one point, the Hulk was infected by the curse and became the Wendy-Hulk. For reals, people. But we cured him and became the Hulk that we know and love. But obviously the lesson here is don't eat people. For the Toronto Star, I'm Raju Mudhar.